With increased pressure from families and state officials, Maryland school systems are trying to figure out how to bring students back in person safely. Now, the governor gave them a March 1st deadline. Meanwhile, private schools in districts just across the border in Pennsylvania have already been doing this all year. WMAR2 News' Abby Isaac spoke to a PA superintendent to see what they found works for them.
Franklin Regional School District is in the suburbs of Pittsburgh, and they've offered an in-person option since September, with the exception of a few weeks around the holidays. And with no confirmed cases of in-school transmission, they're looking to expand, while some Maryland counties are just starting the reopening process.
As good as it could possibly be, considering the circumstances.
That's what Dr. Gennaro Perano set out to accomplish for this school year, to give every student the choice about their education.
We knew that we had to provide an environment that was really conducive to the needs of families.
For K-8 students, they decided to offer 5 days in person, hybrid, and all virtual models, and just hybrid and virtual for high school students.
And then we began to tailor this by determining which staff members, based upon their skill set and interest, were going to teach the hybrid classes. It's a lot of work. We had to hire additional teachers to support that. We had to purchase additional technology. Students
chose at the beginning of the school year, and 1/3 opted to stay virtual. Since September, they've had 57 cases, but none that could be confirmed were from in-school transmission. Per the Pennsylvania Department of Education guidelines, based on size and number of cases in a 2-week period, they had to shut down one elementary school for 3 days last month and a high school for 2 days this week, during which time the building gets cleaned and contact tracing occurs.
Because we have the 6 feet of distance and the masks, our need to quarantine is very minimal for most cases. So that has really helped us stay open.
Being a regional school district with only 5 schools and 3,200 students, they had more flexibility than Maryland school systems, and it helps them tailor their approach.
When you're larger, you have to figure out a way to make it personal. And it's quite a challenge that I feel fortunate I don't have to tackle.
But they still had to tackle the same safety concerns. So his advice to county school systems, aside from requiring masks and social distancing, is to take a regional approach instead of a holistic one.
No 2 schools are the same. Look at each school individually and look at each community individually, and then begin to tailor that response or that plan based upon the needs of that community.
Governor Larry Hogan is providing $20 million in COVID-19 relief funding for education, including grants for schools or systems that come up with unique approaches to address academic accessibility during the pandemic. For WMAR2 News, I'm Abby Isaacs.